Lego is the world's biggest tire manufacturer, so in this video I'll be ranking every tire out of their extensive inventory, well at least the ones I own. We'll start with the smallest tire and work our way up, and by the end of this video you might even learn a thing or two to use in your own mocks. So let's get started with our first tire. Okay, so first off we have these small slick tires. These are usually used in racing cars, like this F1 car, as they allow the tire to grip the track better. Just make sure to change to a set of wet tires if it's raining. There also are these wire slick tires, which we can replace the rare two wheels of the F1 car to make it more realistic, as in real life the rare wheels are wider. However, now the rims are different colors, so that doesn't really work. Now, considering that these tires have a very niche usage, as they are way smaller than minifigure scale, I'm going to have to rank them C tier. Next is a small tire, which again would typically be smaller than minifigure scale, unless you're building a lawnmower or go-kart, for example. They are more useful than the slick tires, especially if you're building smaller scale cars, so these are going in B tier. Now these tires are the perfect size for pretty much every minifigure scale car. They also have a standard grip pattern, meaning it has a very wide usage range. These are the tires I find myself using the most by far, so these tires are an easy S tier. Our next tire is something you would probably want to use in a semi-truck or even pickup truck. They also work for smaller tractors. Since they don't work for most cars unless they are bigger than minifigure scale, I will give these A tier. Okay, these are pretty much the same as the previous ones, but even bigger. These are mainly useful for heavy machinery, such as the rare wheels of this forage harvester. However, even though we can't use them in cars, heavy machinery is quite cool, so I will give them B tier. Now, if I'm going to be honest, these next tires are pretty useless. The only use cases I could think for these is perhaps a motorcycle or maybe a micro-scale row crop tractor. However, those are pretty specific usage scenarios, so these tires are going straight to F tier. Now at first glance, these may look like the previous tires but worse, since they're a more exaggerated version. However, they do have some interesting functional use when combined with Technic, such as this conveyor belt, which can transport these Lego blocks, which is pretty cool. So these are getting B tier. Next, we have these fairly large tires, which are primarily going to be used in larger scale builds. They don't really work for heavy machinery, as they don't really have the right tread for those kinds of vehicles. Their primary use is sports cars, such as this Lamborghini Huracan, and there is a wider version, which we can use for the rare wheels. These are not really that useful, however, so they are game D tier. Next, we have these large tires that you would mainly use in heavy machinery. However, they do have a weird tread on them, so if realism is your goal, these tires are pretty much useless, except for maybe city tractors. That didn't stop Lego from using them on this forage harvester. These are obviously F tier. Now, after the last disappointment, we do have these large tractor tires, which are absolutely amazing. They have a proper tread and are a perfect size for minifigure scale large machinery, such as this 9R620 John Deere tractor. So these tires are getting an easy S tier. Now this is our final and biggest Lego tire. However, there's one small problem. I only own one of them, so I can't really build anything with it, which isn't that bad since the only use for these massive tires is very large machinery, which I probably don't have enough pieces for anyways. So all things considered, I'll give this tire a C tier. Okay, that was a lot of Lego tires. Make sure to subscribe if you would drive a 9R620 down the interstate, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.